So GrassROOTS Community Foundation is a public health and social action organization, and our aim is to create a world where all girls grow up to be healthy women. For us to do that, what we do is we fund, support, and offer technical assistance to initiatives, programs, and ideas that enhance the health and well-being of women and girls. So we provide educational support, we provide research support, and we also provide a series of community engagement initiatives such that women and girls have the opportunities and resources necessary to become healthy and to make health a priority. I am Dr. Janice Johnson-Dias. I am the president and co-founder of the GrassROOTS Community Foundation. So my wellness journey was conceptualized by me after watching probably the 100th video late at night of people saying, all you have to do is exercise for another 30 minutes, or all you have to do is eat this little thing, and you're gonna be fit, you're gonna be healthy, you're gonna be well. And at GrassROOTS, we know that wellness is not just about movement, it's not just about food. There are all these other intersecting parts. And every time I have watched a video, somebody begins fat, and then 90 days later they're skinny, and we have no idea how they got there except some brief overview of this miraculous drugs or this wonderful piece of equipment that made that possible. But there's so much more to wellness than those things. So I conceptualize this, my wellness journey, as a chance for us to really go behind the curtain, for us to see really how people are making these things possible. What resources, what opportunities, what are the things that actually help them achieve success? What are the challenges they face? What can we learn and understand from their journey? And not just about physical activity, not just about healthy eating, but the fullness of their selves. So I reached out to some folks who are part of the GrassROOTS community and asked them. I also posted it on Facebook, and some people took it out, and to go on this journey, to let us know how you're gonna be healthy, right? And what strategies are you taking?
I have really decided that it no longer, or my lack of confidence, no longer has a place in my life. You live your life doing certain things, and you have certain habits and things that work for you. But when they stop working and you recognize that, your life isn't exactly where you want it to be, or there are things that you want to attain, but you're stuck on a path. You're stuck in this same position on a wheel of sorts, like a hamster. After a while, you get tired of it and you say, you know what, something's got to change. And what I recognize is that I need to change things within myself. Things for the better. And I'm just willing and I'm open to this journey and where it will lead me. I'm not exactly sure how every day will be. I picture myself like crying or really struggling with this. But I'm also hoping that it can be fun and that I will learn, great things about myself and find new ways of being that will move me forward. So I'm excited and I'm ready, and here we go.
Hi, my name is Jay Fergus, and I am going to do the physical activity and movement section of the wellness journey with GrassROOTS Foundation. Part of my workouts have always been incredibly intense, but unfortunately, I haven't incorporated good nutrition with it. So part of my goal with this journey is for everyone to witness how challenging or how easy it can potentially be to incorporate great nutrition with wonderful workouts. You want to see results? You got to do them both. So wish me luck. God knows I'm going to need it.
The category that I'm focusing on with this vlog is my personal health and wellness. Like I mentioned, I'm 30 years old, and at this point, I'm about 60 pounds overweight where I need to be. I'm 5'7", and I'm weighing in at a solid 230 pounds. And the thing about living in the Black community is that Black folk, especially brothers, would be like, oh, shawty, you thick, and blah, 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 blah. And that's all good and well. In fact, even my homegirls will compliment me on my bust. Oh, girl, it looks good. And it looks good until you realize that the fat ain't going nowhere and that it's sticking with you. And I decided that I cannot sacrifice my waistline for my bust line, right? I really hope to be able to focus on the energy and at the end of the day, really just be a good steward of the gifts that I've been given. And one of the gifts that I have is me, is my body, is my physical presence. And so I need to preserve that in the best way that I can so that I can do the thing that I am purposed to do while I'm here.
We have no idea whether or not people will be successful. And that's not really a part of the important part of the story. The most important part of the story is that we begin to actually have real accounts of what it takes. For those who are successful, what can we learn? What resources did they utilize? What opportunities did they have? For those of us who are not successful at times, what are some of the challenges, the blockades, the structural obstacles in our way? Is it possible to tell a wellness story that includes not just how great you are as a person and your ability to just do it? Is it possible to tell a wellness journey that thinks about your actions and your interplay with the environment? So with my wellness journey, what we're hoping to do is to finally get some sense of the interplay between individuals and their structure as they attempt to become well. And rather than just focusing on healthy eating and movement, we broaden it to be across all of the 4 grassroots categories. So there is, of course, this physical activity and healthy eating, but there's also confidence and identity, another crucial area which so many people are struggling with. And there is, of course, sexual responsibility and economic consumption. So over the next 90 days, we will have 2 people at the minimum from each of these categories sharing with us their journey to become well or even to maintain wellness. And we will learn from them what it takes as a person to be healthy, but what resources does it take in order to maintain wealth, and what are some of the obstacles in their way. The wonderful part of this is that GrassROOTS has at its avail in our National Advisory Board lots of researchers that are in public health or in psychology who are economists. And what we know, especially around healthy eating and movement, we know that 1 in 3 Americans are overweight and obese. And we also know that Black women who are living in the United States have the largest percentage of obesity. But we know that there are increasing rates of anxiety and depression that are happening, and people do not feel so strong or so capable, and so confidence is really an issue. And those kinds of issues play themselves out in the rising rates of suicide that we see in our society and the high rates of depressive symptoms. Similarly, HIV and AIDS rates, teenage pregnancy are also rising, so sexual responsibility is a crucial part of this conversation. And we know that for Black women who have negative percent wealth, that economic consumption is a crucial part. So for us, in terms of the conclusion of the taping of my wellness journey, what we want to be able to do is, as we see these stories unfold, we want to have our experts really lend their analysis to what has occurred with the people in these stories. What did they understand or knew very clearly, even instinctually? What are some of the missteps because they did not understand the relationship between some of these structural forces and their personal lives? So our academic researchers, our public health scholars, our psychologists will actually have an input and a voice in shaping and reshaping the stories. We have made 10 cities our areas of focus, 10 cities where women and girls have the most deleterious or challenging health outcomes. Our work focuses on 4 areas of well-being, 4 intersecting areas. While many have paid attention to only one area, our interest is in the full self. We focus on physical and mental health, as well as sexual health and the economics of health. We measure physical health in terms of the extent to which people are physically active and to the extent that they're intaking healthy food. We measure mental health to the extent that there are lower rates of depression and people feel both confident and efficacious in who they are capable. We measure a sexual health in terms of people's sense of knowledge and understanding about their sexual decision making and their reproductive well-being. And for us, the economics of health is the place where we engage a lot of social action because we want people to understand the importance of critical economic consumption so that they buy and spend in ways that enhances their well-being.